Did you ever look back at something and be like, I miss how I felt in that moment? But what if that memory was a tough one, like a challenging one? I long to be in some of my challenging memories again, even though while I was in that situation, I did not want to be there anymore. My first ultra is one of them. Today I am telling you the story of one of my greatest adventures so far, cycling 500 kilometers through Austria with 10,000 meters of elevation in 60 hours. I have never cycled in the Alps before, and my maximum elevation on the bike per day so far is around 1500 meters, I think. I live in the Netherlands, you see, but somehow I thought this was a nice challenge for me. Can you tell I sometimes make impulsive decisions? Anyway, I wanted to get comfortable with the uncomfortable again, because there is nothing worse for you than sitting in your comfort zone.
Good luck I'm a few kilometers in. Well, I think a few tenth or something. It's so beautiful. The climbs are difficult, but it's like a lot of up and down, so it's doable. Had a little bit of a bad stomach before, but feeling better now. Hopefully it's gonna stay this way. But I'm really amazed by the views. And it started to rain, but it's dry now, so yeah, going well.
The thing I was scared for the most was the Grossglockner, because it's so steep and high and I knew it was going to be super intense. But my plan was to finish it on day one and to find a hotel after the descent, around 180 kilometers. Because as I have been told, you never know where you're gonna end up. Hi. I'm currently doing the small hill before the Grossglockner. My hands are shaking. I'm trying to eat as much as I can because my stomach still isn't working with me. So I'm really hoping to get there, but I'm gonna do it. I'm leaving now. It was getting dark from the rainy clouds, which was not helping to see things lightly. I was also getting a bit soaked at this point, but as long as you didn't stop, you were fine. But only when I needed to get some food and some sugary drinks, I really felt cold. I enjoyed this part of the route in particular because of all the other races. A lot of times I passed someone and after a while they passed me again, and at the shops I met some of them and we talked a bit, and that really made me feel less alone.
Taking a short break on the Grossglockner Strasse. They say it's stormy and snowy on top. I'm not excited for that, but I'm just gonna go for it.
With already a lot of elevation in my legs and the wind, I was forced to walk some of the uphill parts. The wind was so strong that one part of the hairpin bend I had to walk against the wind, and after the curve when you were the other way around, it pushed me a bit. So I went like on my bike, off the bike, on my bike, off the bike.
I'm at the stage in my ultra where I'm like, I'm not going fast, but at least I'm going.
At this point I was slowly getting in a trance and fighting not to get cold or stop. It was getting dark and I really hoped to find a place to eat or even sleep, but I misjudged the availability of the restaurants. Long story short, I found the only hotel on the Grossglockner, but I can't stay here because they don't have staff after 6 p.m. So I have to go back in that dancing weather to the next hotel, which is 28 kilometers from here. Not looking forward to it, but you do what you have to do. Let's go.
Made it. I don't think you see anything, but I'm on top of the Grossglockner on the Edelweiss-Spitze. No more climbing today. I found a hotel. The only thing left is a restaurant downhill. So let's go before I freeze to death. Do anything anymore. My fingers. I am soaked to the bone, and this is my second outfit. I never had so much rain on the bike. I just had a mental breakdown, which kind of was nice, but also made me realize like I can stop right here, right now, and I don't want to, but it feels so close. I don't know what to feel or say anymore. But I'm just trying to get to the checkpoint in Gardos, which is like 30 kilometers from here. So that's my next stop because I don't want to look any further.
I finally found my rhythm again. I tried to keep my fuel coming, but I still had a bit of a hard time eating enough. My legs were so heavy from yesterday, and I really felt that on this climb. But with the sun on my face and the checkpoint in sight, I really enjoyed this part. Also, I love the downhill. Before I took off, that was something I was a bit scared of, since I did not have any open road experience. But I guess I have a good balance on the bike and know when to brake, so those parts were really enjoyable. And also, I was feeling pretty proud of myself at this point for getting this far. And my mind was not battling really at this moment, so I had some time to process everything that happened in the past 24 hours. The sun was setting and some thunderstorms were getting into the mountains where I had to go. and I still felt the fright of last night in my body. I got a hotel in Grossglockner, but 20 kilometers before I arrived, the clouds became so dark that my mind was like, stop. It felt like I had a mental blackout, so at 8 p.m. I was already in a hotel. I was happy, but I knew the next day I had 180 kilometers to go, so that was a really tough challenge inside. I woke up so sore. Once on the bike, it did not get any better. I just wanted to get this day done and get to the finish. But on the first climb, my legs didn't want to push anymore. Every pedal stroke felt like torture. I don't think I have it in me anymore. I went anyway. Still difficult, but trying to find my rhythm again. I tried to get a grip of my emotions and not let it overtake me, but I couldn't stop those either. Everything hurts. I don't want to quit. And there, on the climb to Kutai, just after Grossglockner, on a really steep climb, I stepped off the bike. And what was supposed to be a short break to catch my breath became a long break, and I realized right there that I wanted to continue for others and not for myself. But this was an adventure for me, not to prove my worth, but to test my abilities. And this time, this was it. And my worth did not depend on whether I made it yes or no. And I realized I am enough just as I am. So this was it, and that was okay. Looking back, there's so much I would do differently next time, but I don't feel sorry for not knowing these things this time, because how could I? I'm proud of myself for going out there not knowing it all, not knowing how this was going to end. If you're used to being strong, then showing your weakness is actually your strength. And I still won. I won for my self-doubts, for my fear of cycling in the dark, and for my fear of other people's opinions. If there is one thing I want you to take with you, it is this. Be brave and be you. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to accept your weakness. Am I ever going to make it to the finish? Well, you know what? I always loved stories with open endings.